I think we're going to be joined on the telephone right now by Julian Assange, the freed WikiLeaks founder. Julian Assange, can I just ask you, you have been deprived of something you were incredibly dependent upon, the computer, and just about everything else for 9 days. How did you manage?
Well, solitary confinement in the basement of a Victorian prison is certainly an interesting experience, although not one that I would gladly repeat. But it gave me some time to read and to understand the situation I was in and to see myself very clearly. And what I saw was that I was quite confident about my position and very angry about the circumstance in which I found myself.
Are you convinced that this attempt to get you back to Sweden is a politically motivated one, and do you believe it is a Swedish motivation or a motivation of another power?
This is a complex case. There are a number of motivations at play. Those include the United States, the certain political forces that have to do with domestic politics in Sweden, probably personal jealousies. All these factors are intermixed. And like any rare event, it is a combination of all these forces pushing together for their perceived mutual interest.
But in the time that you had to contemplate in that prison, did you not begin to think, I think my time is up? I think the truth of the matter is that I have leaked more than any human being has ever leaked on any system anywhere in the world. It has upset the powers, and this will not be possible again.
Well, we don't leak anything. We are a publisher, and we are afforded the rights and immunities of publishers over our 4-year publishing history, although there have been many wrongful claims made by generals and plutocrats around the world. We have been victorious in every single legal case that we have had. We have fought off over 100 attempts to suppress us through the court system and many outside the court system. Although
Julian Assange, let me just interrupt you for a moment.
Incarcerated, it was not possible.
Let me just,
stop our publications.
Let me just interrupt you for a moment, because there actually is no evidence of any conspiracy at all. I mean, of course, it's possible to make it. Yeah, this is a sort of neutral country, Sweden. I mean, they have no interest in a great, grand global conspiracy against a single human being.
Well, in fact, that is not true. We have revealed through 3 major newspapers in Sweden and SVT, the equivalent to the BBC in Sweden, in a 44-minute documentary, some of the conspiracies that are ongoing between Swedish intelligence and government and the United States are not directly related to us, but for many, many other matters. Sweden is, in fact, the Georgia of the North. It is very close to Russia and is very concerned to keep favor with the United States. Now, that doesn't mean its relationship with the United States is the only factor at play here, but let me make a clear warning. There is an ongoing attempt in the United States to work out a way to extradite me to the United States. That extradition is much more likely to occur if I am already in Sweden. Since this case has activated, there has been arguments time and time again that there is no need to present evidence. That was argued in 3 court hearings here by the Swedish government, that there was no need to present any evidence whatsoever. Every single court case in Sweden in the Swedish government was a party in relation to me, was a closed and secret hearing. There was an attempt to
Julian
gag
Assange,
my lawyer, and there was also a application to have me held incommunicado in Sweden.
Julian Assange, there will be many people looking in who say, look, these are serious issues that are being confronted in Sweden. They involve women who say they've been abused, and under those circumstances, you ought to simply go back and face that music and not conjure a conspiracy.
Yes, rape is what the allegation is. and let's see the evidence. We are not seeing any evidence of that whatsoever. There has never been a single page provided to me in English, and until 2 weeks ago, not a single page provided whatsoever in any form to my Swedish counsel or anyone else in any language whatsoever. We still do not have the majority of the evidence, even in Swedish. So this is a clear abuse of process. The precise reasons that process is being abused need to be investigated. We have received intelligence that there will be another attempt to abuse that process within the next 24 hours.
One last question and a brief answer if possible. I mean, do you regret any of what you have leaked in these last 3 or 4 weeks of these 250,000 documents, particularly those that could mean that terrorists have managed to line up targets to attack?
Well, this last statement of yours is an absolute nonsense. This is trotted out time and time again over the last 50 years by abusive military organizations that are trying to cover up their crimes and their illegal behavior. That has never been shown. Our organization has never been shown throughout its 4-year publishing history to have resulted in harm or a death to any single person anywhere in the world. However, we have taken down governments. We have seen ministers fired. We have seen criminal investigations start up as a result of things that we have exposed.
Julian Assange, thank you very much indeed for joining us on the phone from presumably somewhere near Suffolk, where you're on our way to.